starts rebelling. So the revolution has to take place. And the revolution is only possible when we understand that what part is left out now to be done. Are you getting me all right? So that part is now realization, awakening of the Kundalini. For that, your feminine qualities are going to help you, not your masculine qualities. So, aggressiveness must be given up by men. Also, because they are Sahaja Yogis now, they have to take feminine qualities, not of fighting. If women fight, they are not women. You see, women are told that you are useless, you are good for nothing. So now they are trying to show, no, we are also all right. If you have eaten one crow, we'll eat three. Now, the understanding and the wise perception would be such that what do we have to do now to change the mode and the style of our lives? What's wrong here? A turning point has come. Now the evolution is not rebellion at all by any chance. It's a wrong idea people have. It's not rebellion. That you hit me and I hit you. Go on hitting each other like a pendulum you move. You see the movement of a pendulum. It's not like a pool. This thing. That today you are born as a Muslim, tomorrow you are born as a Jew. Then you are born as a Jew, then you are born as a Hindu. Then you are born as... It's not pendulum. It is spiral movement. So every time you achieve an evolution, you are at a higher level than the before. You see, the movement is spiral. See my point? Now to achieve the higher position in our whole being, what should we do? Is to understand that from this point to that point we have to rise. We have to rise in a way that we move in such a way that it is not in a pendulum way but in a spiral way. And to move spirally, you have to use another kind of force. Whatever you have used so far has to be endowed with another kind of force, and that's the feminine qualities of women. But where are the feminine women? They'll dress up like women, they'll try to be feminine and all that. That's not the way. From inside, from the heart, a feminine heart. Christ showed that in his life. He forgave. Only a woman can forgive, man cannot, because he's aggressive. How can he forgive? Krishna never forgave anyone. He used to kill. Right, royal fashion? Go. Alright? If you are so, alright. Done. He forgave to such an extent to show that he is now giving a turn to the spiral. And now a feminine quality has to be developed among human beings. But that doesn't mean that you start walking like women or developing waistlines. Because that's another stupidity. See? But to be motherly. Not to be fatherly, but to be motherly. That kindness, that gentleness should be in your behavior towards each other. Of course, this force also corrects. Sometimes also gets angry also. Mother also has to get angry sometimes, especially with people who never get all right with their behavior. She has to be shouting, punishing, and sometimes she also destroys. It's all right. But that is sometimes, not all the time. So, just now one has to accept that to be like the Mother Earth, we have to be forbearing. Dhara. Dhara iti sadhara. She is the sustenance of everything. She She takes everything the vibrations are sucked in. She talk about it. And now for the first time after realization, you can give her back what you have got it from her. You can give vibrations to her trees that are created, you can make them beautiful. You can transform a flower into a more beautiful flower. Now whatever you have got from the Mother Earth, you can give because your Mother Earth is awakened within you. So you return her back everything that you got from her and give it to others. Generosity, the greatness of heart, nobility, forgiveness, love, affection, bearing everything for love. And for a mother to save her child, she'll starve herself. She'll do everything to save her child. Complete dedication she has for her child. That's a real mother. I mean, the kind of mothers you see these days, neither they are mothers nor women. But what I'm saying, that's the real image of a mother. And you have an image before you. So, this is what one has to develop now. Whether you are men or women, as Sahajogis, you must develop a new consciousness of affection, love and compassion. Getting angry, getting into a temper, shouting at people, screaming at people is not going to help us much. If you have to help the whole, the growth of the whole, try to make yourself a milder person. Be angry with yourself that you are losing tempers and you are so unkind to others. All the problems have come out of the overgrowth of the masculinity. Overgrowth. It reaches a certain point. You see, it's reached such a wretched point now that it has to come down. But also femininity at a lower level without realization could be very, very small-hearted, chicken-hearted, could be all the time worried about her own child. That's what one has to change, is to have love and affection for every Sahajogi, for every person. When it comes to fighting others, you are all one. But among yourselves, you can look after each other, tell them, say for example, something's paining in my nose here, I'll just try to rub it in the same way. But I won't try to cut my nose, will I? Or bang my nose, I won't. So the feeling that the other is myself, be kind and gentle, try to improve and help in that manner. I hope you have understood the whole thing. In a nutshell is that we have to change the whole mood. The radical change has to come in the society of Sahajogis. If there is any question, you ask me before we start the puja. Now the problem of divorce and all that you can see in this respect. Just Navi problem can be solved. Any question? Good idea. One of you.
Never all right to hurt other people for their own good.
Okay. What did you
Is it ever all right to hurt other people for their own good, Mother?
see? This problem comes in where you are not the whole. Okay? Now supposing, as I told you, if you are the whole, you know who is the other? Then you will, even if you have to hurt, say for example, like there's a blood coming out of my thumb, I'll press it hard to stop the blood. It will hurt the thing, but the discrimination must be used that I am losing my blood, which is precious, much more precious than this little hurt. But that discretion must be achieved. You see, in Sahaja Yoga, you are all free to develop your sense of discretion. And once you develop your sense of discretion, gradually you will know what to do. In the beginning you will hurt, no doubt. Because you are used to that. I've seen people here just barking at each other. As soon as they see each other, they start barking. You go anywhere, in the whole country you go anywhere, they just start barking for nothing at all. I was surprised. In pool I went there. There also everybody is barking at each other, Whether they are drunk or not drunk makes no difference. In the same state. But after realization, you do say, because you feel concerned, you are worried, but you say in such a way that you achieve the results. See, my point is, that is the criteria, that you should achieve the results. But supposing a man has come for the first time, tell him you are a bhoot, then naturally he will be hurt. Very common. First day somebody walks in and you say you are a bhoot. I mean, thank God he doesn't understand the meaning of the word bhoot, then it's all right. But first you think of being gentle, right, embalming, sweet. Let's see, find out ways and methods. It's a very good way, in the evening, to write down how many sweet things I have said today. Not like these sweet things we say, you are looking beautiful, all that. Not those superficial ones that may pamper the ego. But they are so sweet, things are. Like saying, there's some very good words. People say like, are you warm enough? Very sweet way of asking a question. Then it's very simple, but you can say like that. It's not difficult. Very difficult for people to say that, even I have seen. Looking after others' comforts. Somebody sitting, he wants a water, and you're awkwardly sitting. You just go rush and give him a water. Oh, that's too much then, to expect that, oh God, you gave water. I'm not his servant. Immediately the question comes into that. Little bit. Trying to do something here and there. Or sometimes thinking, going in the market, you find something now, oh, let me take it for him. Children do. I've seen children all the time, they think of their friends, what they can buy for others. This is good for my friend, this is good for that. She's very fond of this, she likes this. All these little things, Sometimes, even a small thing like early in the morning you get up, you find another person is sleeping on one side, his blanket on the third side and his pillow on the fourth side. So you just put his head on the pillow and cover him with the blanket. That's mother's job. Not out of fear, but out of sheer love. Like even if it's cold and buttons are open, you can button up a person who likes. It's little things, Women have very little sweet things which they do, which makes men very happy. But women have lost that now sense of it. Not the fighting, but thinking of what sweet things you can do. And also sometimes teasing is all right. Sometimes tickling is all right. But a kind of a sweet, rapport between each other. Even the feeling that we can do that is a master's job. It's a master's job. The one who is the master can do it. Those who are not will not be able to. They will again come back to hurt. Ultimately they will end up with hurting or fighting or coming to blows. But those who are masters will be so beautifully doing the whole job that this is kind of a very sweet relationship. It's called madhurya, without any lust, without any money business, anything. Such sweet relationship. And the joy would be bubbling. all these perversions, all these things will drop off. But a very sweet relationship. Alright? Even saying that you are feeling happy. आगे बोलो